And also, I know many channels are afraid of the low vibrational or dark entities. I heard that a lot, but I'm not afraid because I know from you, and I know that we all are all that is, and nothing can affect us.
Yes.
And I am protected, divinely protected, so I'm not afraid about that.
Yes.
And also, dark angels told us that Satan is just in our head, is not real. The devil.
Yes, it is a question of all that is exists, but nothing that is malevolent. So even if you are inventing a nemesis, you are inventing a villain in your story, you are inventing a character such as Satan, a actual perspective of it or an actual understanding of it does encompass the fact that it is also in its not existence, but even in its manifestation as thought, a part of the story that you are creating, and therefore made up of exactly the same light. If you are to have a illustration book and you are to draw on one page your representation of what you would see as a god character, and on the next page were to draw a representation of what you would see of as a devil character, ultimately both of them will be on the same cardstock, both of them will have used the same ink in the same printer, both of them will have used the same style, both of them will have used the same form of design, and both of them will be visible to you only because light is reflecting off of them into your eye, hitting your cornea, and then being processed by the aspects of your brain that are in your visual cortex that then shoot signals to your understanding to make those images available to you to see. They are not different from one another. There is no difference to them except that when you look at the image of the God character, you say, oh, isn't this wonderful? It is blessed. We are wonderful and everything is perfect. And then when you flip the page and you look at the Satan character, you say, I am in danger. I am in peril. There is something that has gone awry. There is no difference between good and evil. There is no difference between bad and righteousness, except for what you are assigning to it. Therefore, yes, your fears that are common, not your fears, but the fears that you mentioned of people channeling the lower vibrational frequencies or having something come through that is not of their preference, is more of an indication of them holding a fear of all that is, light and dark, then it is an indication of those energies having any control over them whatsoever. Because you cannot have light without dark. You cannot have high vibrational frequencies without low vibrational frequencies. They are not separate from one another. They are universally intertwined, interconnected, and ultimately always going to exist. The only thing that does not need to exist is your confusion that anything could ever harm you outside of your own perception of it.
Thank you. If I choose, can I have Jesus powers to turn the water into wine, something like that, to change the energy, to make healings?
If you choose, and if it is in relevance to everything else that you are wanting in your field, yes.
So I can.
Yes.
Can you tell me, please, why I choose to incarnate in Romania, my country?
Well, it was the most exciting thing you could think of. And what was most appealing to you in this choice? Now, often when we say it was the most exciting or what it was most appealing, that can be perceived as confusing to those who hear those particular words, because often excitement or appealing is peppered with much contrast and much catalyst. The difficulties that you have felt relating to this particular topic are directly part of why this particular topic was attractive to you. So it was necessary for you to be you, to have the geographic location that you did, and to have the early life circumstances that you did that put you in a place of having the certain questions in your mind that led you to look for certain answers.
Okay, because I'm in an Orthodox country, and back in the day, in the ages, they burn people at the stake and hunt them for heretics.
Yes?
So this is one of my fears.
Yes?
Can I go rid of that fear?
Yes, by facing it and having the courage to evolve through it regardless. And that would be a direct reason for you having that particular incarnational space to address this particular fear that you chose to want to untangle, not just for you, but for the collective in this particular lifetime. It is one of the themes. So where better to be than in a situation where it is dangerous or would seem to be dangerous to step into your powers, because in the past people were persecuted for stepping into their powers. Where better to be? Because if you had this theme and you incarnated into a location in which everyone has always been accepted for exactly as they are and has been frolicking in the gardens amongst the flowers, and everyone has encouraged them and shared with them their beauty and said, wonderful, wonderful, please share your gifts, well, then you would not have any opportunity whatsoever to dismantle that particular fear. So the fear is triggered. You get to see it. You get to feel the discomfort of holding on to that fear. You get to feel through it. You get to decide. And fear is often an indication that you have renounced your sovereignty or your power. You get to decide that it is no longer relevant for you and that you will be sovereign. And yes, there might be opposition. Yes, there might be danger or peril. But you this time around will choose to face it in a different way and perhaps get a do-over as you do. Whereas your ancestors in the same position as you were hounded by an angry mob and they were met with their demise, you might find a way to have some different outcome. So it is one of your journey's themes, and in the understanding of it and saying, well, okay, this is something that exists, you do have more of an opportunity to choose, not feeling a victim to this choice that you have decided upon this theme, but choose to address it. And we will remind you that for every theme you are experiencing, no matter how negative it feels to you, there are infinite other themes that you did not choose. Therefore, whatever theme you are currently facing, whatever challenge you are currently facing, whatever experience you are currently facing, this is the perfect challenge experience for you, because you could be facing any number of other challenges that you chose not to, that you thought were not as valuable as this particular one. So we are saying also to you, to others, to whoever would hear this, enjoy your challenges. Rise to whatever occasion is being brought to your plate, because it is a beautiful opportunity to do so. And you will never be without challenges. You will never be without opportunities to evolve. So in each now moment, as you are facing your fears, as you are facing your concerns, as you are facing your conflicts or catalysts, enjoy that this is where you are in this now moment, and that this is a valuable and useful dedication of your attention.
Thank you. Do
Thank
I
you.
have a contract with you or Jessie?
Yes. As we said earlier, you do have a soul contract with every being with which you come into contact. That goes from the most profound or intimate relationships that you have to the most banal relationship that you have with someone, for example, that you see on a TV broadcast at the back of a crowd on another country that you have never met, never will meet, and do not have any understanding of or interest in whatsoever. There are infinite parallel realities in which you could be interacting with infinite other beings, and instead, from your pinhole perspective, your ability to focus, your ability to choose, you have chosen each and every experience, each and every being that has come into your reality. Therefore, there is a importance to each and every being, because every single time you are bumping into something, it is informing your experience, it is informing your existence, it is informing your future versions of self. For example, that gentleman at the end of the crowd on a TV broadcast that you see for only one moment, you cannot unsee them. And they have changed you permanently and your trajectory of your existence forever. Yes, perhaps on a very subtle level. Perhaps in that moment you said, you know what? I quite like that person's haircut, and you have made a decision about what you like about haircuts forevermore. But it is not irrelevant. It is influencing you directly, and that person exists with that particular haircut that they only got last Thursday in order for you to come to the conclusion that you like a specific haircut. So if you ask about us, you ask about Jessie, and you have made a choice, and you have bumped into this particular character on your journeys in this particular way, which we would also say is a quite specific way, more so than someone in a crowd, which you see many of every day. You have made a choice to have specific guidance from this vessel and this channel. Therefore, you do have a very significant, not super significant, not more significant than any of your other relationships, but a significant, yes, relationship and soul contract with this particular energy. In having that relationship with this particular energy, what you are being proposed, as you are being proposed in every single relationship, is the difference between your own understanding, guidance, inner voice, etc., and something that perceives or you're perceiving to be as external to you. In each interaction you have with this vessel and with this energy, what is us, you are being invited to compare in many ways what you are being heard, or what is being heard by you, with what resonates and is true for you within yourself. Everything that does resonate and is true for you within yourself is cemented or made more concrete within you, and everything that does not resonate with yourself is allowing you to discard of that information, and by contrast, allowing you to make more concrete the opposite of what is resonating with you. This is the same case of every relationship, in that when someone says something to you that does not feel correct, you are automatically readjusting what they are saying in your being to be somewhat closer to the opposite of what they have shared. And every time someone says something that does seem correct to you, you are having a validation of what you already felt within yourself. So yes, when you're in a guidance relationship, and you know this because of your profession, with another being, that other being is simply making offerings to you for you to ultimately know more of yourself.
Thank you.
We thank you.
I am an angel. This what the archangels told me. I have an angelic energy. So my higher self is an angel.
Is this the question?
Yes.
Your higher self is also much more than an angel, which is in a particular frequency bandwidth of individuation.
How can I see my higher self?
See in the visual cortex sense of the word.
Yes. Yes.
Look in your eyes in the mirror.
Okay. Thank you.
We thank you. It would be and can be beneficial is not quite the right word, but soothing, perhaps, for you to come into a space where you simply accept your beauty and brilliance, as opposed to wanting to have confirmation of it, or feeling as if there would be some value in having confirmation of it. Because we do see you as everything that you are sharing, beautiful, radiant, and full of love, light, and the ability to serve others. But we also do see some level of insecurity about that, or a incredulousness that does not allow you quite yet, and this is simply a process, but quite yet to embody that belief. The contrast between your radiance and this level of doubt is causing a little bit of discomfort, and the discomfort does not get absolved by having confirmation. In fact, your seeking of confirmation is telling your human self that if you do not get that confirmation, that your doubts are in fact more confirmed. So it is feeding its own self, this minor aspect of insecurity. Much more useful to you would be the surrendering into knowing 100% what you already do know, but do not feel safe to feel that you know on a deep level, that you are, yes, that angel self, that you do have abilities to do everything that you want to do, that you can step into your full power, that you already are shining as the brightest, most beautiful beacon of yourself. And in letting go of that doubt and simply allowing yourself to be what you already are, you will not only have a sense of relief that is permanent and does not need to be fed, but you will be able to begin to demonstrate to yourself on a concrete level the proof of your radiance, which is not yet in your field, at least to yourself, but everyone else does see it. So allow yourself to relax. Everything is wonderful, and you are beautiful in so many ways that you cannot see yet. So yes, we would suggest staring in the mirror and looking at your higher self. Setting a timer, perhaps. This is a good modality. Allow whatever emotions come up. And as you allow them to come up and move past any emotions, and we will say that some of them may be quite discomforting, then you will see that there's something absolutely holy and magical within you. And it is you. And with that, we will leave you with the light and the love of 1,000 suns. Anaina.
Thank you.
Hey everyone, I hope you enjoyed that clip. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the bell icon, leave a comment, and engage with this content as much as possible. See you again soon.